We're coming on air this afternoon with breaking news out of Reston, Virginia. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Police say that 2 people are dead. 4 people and a 4-year-old girl were in a home on Staplebrook Way at the time. DC News Now's Leonard N. Fleming is live at the scene. Leonard, this is a fluid situation, but what have police been able to share so far?
Yes, it definitely is fluid, Mark. Good afternoon. Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis held a briefing just a little bit ago today to talk about this this situation here on a very, very nice street in Reston, Virginia, where 1 man was shot and killed inside the home, and a woman was stabbed and later died at a hospital due to her injuries. 2 adults remain in custody in this situation, and I'm going to step out of the way here and let you see the neighborhood here. The police chief said that a 4-year-old girl was in the home at the time, and the chief said that all 4 people inside that home are known to each other. So there are many, many questions that remain in this case here in Reston, Virginia, and the police chief said that he will be coming back with more facts later as this investigation unfolds. And here is the chief talking earlier today to reporters.
A lot is going to change between now and the end of the day. We promise to give the media, the community, an update as soon as we have facts.
Yes, and back to you, Mark. One of the occupants of the home called 911. The chief wouldn't get into the details of that. He did say, though, that this is no longer an unsafe area, that every occupant in that home is accounted for. I did speak to a neighbor who declined to give her name, and she was very emotional about the situation here. It seems to have hit this neighborhood pretty hard. Reporting live in Reston, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Leonard, thank you very much. A security guard was shot and killed outside a skating rink Thursday. It happened in Temple Hills, and those who work with him say that the man was always working to help his family and help others. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile has more from Prince George's County.
The man who lost his life was Gino, the head of security of this business. That's according to the owner here at DMV All Skate Social. She tells us he wasn't even working on Thursday night and came in to pick up paychecks for his team when he got shot outside the building. Looking here, you see a bullet hole in the door.
This did not happen to just some regular person. This guy is boots on the ground in the community every day trying to help. That's how Jacqueline Wiggins feels about the man who started about 3 months ago as her head of security here at DMV All Skate Social. When we first opened up with the first security company, I sat on this couch every day, afraid that something was going to happen at that door. Once he brought his team in, I was able to move upstairs and relax and still be here present in the building, but not sitting on the front lines. Wiggins says she talked to her head of security before leaving the building at about 11:20 p.m. on Thursday. About 10 minutes later, she got the call he was shot. She said he was walking out of the building when a car pulled up, shot him, and drove away. This is a guy that works in the community 6 days a week and then comes here and work. This is a man with 5 children. Wiggins says the shooting had nothing to do with the business, and the skating rink usually has 8 to 10 licensed security guards in the building. The owner says people were skating inside when tragedy struck outside, leaving her hurt and disappointed. In disbelief. Like it's like you spend and you put your heart into something and you give it your all so that this broken community can have some type of place to bring their children or bring their own issues here and enjoy themselves, and then you're faced with this. Wiggins says they'll be closed today, and her focus now is checking in on the family of her head of security and those who work here. This case is still being investigated. In Temple Hills, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
Tosin, thank you. Hagerstown police have arrested a man after the victim was found dead in a car. Police arrested Lee Clarence Woodley of Baltimore. Officers responded to the 400 block of North Logan Street for a suspicious vehicle. They found a man dead suffering from a gunshot wound. He was identified as Anthony Latimer of Hagerstown. Police also said the victim and Woodley did know each other.
Yeah, you know, it's shocking that a car maker would allow an oversight like this. It's just mind-boggling that Hyundai doesn't have that Hyundai vehicles are so easy to steal and break into.
Well, starting today, D.C. residents who own a Kia or Hyundai can get a free steering wheel lock. The locks will be given on a first-come, first-served basis until they run out. The locks are available at your local police district. And in order to qualify, you must own a 2011 to 2021 Hyundai or Kia and have a steel key ignition. Now, you must also show proof of D.C. registration, and you must also have a district ID card.
Наша віра зміцнив наш дух.
Our faith has grown stronger. Our morale has been reinforced. We endured the first day of a full-scale war. We didn't know what would happen tomorrow, but we realized for sure every tomorrow is worth fighting for.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky began this morning with a message for his country, pushing for victory over Russia in 2023. He called February 24th of last year the longest day of their lives. Well, Russia has been at war with Ukraine for a full year, and since last February, tens of thousands of people have died, and that number continues to grow. Ukrainians are gathering today in Kyiv, holding candlelight vigils to remember the people they've lost. Now, this is the most widespread conflict in Europe since the Second World War, and the style of war is much different than how many believed a modern-day attack would happen.
Before the invasion, many military planners thought that conflict in the 21st century would be about the cyber domain and high-tech weaponry. And what we see in Europe is trenches and tanks.
On Monday, during a surprise visit to Ukraine, President Biden said the war must end this year and pledged that the U.S. will continue to support Ukraine.
1 year later, Kyiv stands, and Ukraine stands. Democracy stands. The Americans stand with you, and the world stands with you.
Ukrainians described feelings of anxiety surrounding the one-year anniversary, expressing their concern that Russian forces would choose to launch additional attacks today. Washington correspondent Anna Warnicki has the lawmakers' perspective.
It's been 1 year since Russia launched an invasion into Ukraine. Ukrainian President Zelensky says the invasion marks a, quote, year of pain, sorrow, faith, and unity.
1 year ago, the world was bracing for the fall of Kyiv. Well, I just come from a visit to Kyiv, and I can report Kyiv stands strong.
President Joe Biden making a surprise visit to the country this week, telling Ukraine that the U.S. stands with them.
People vastly underestimated the Ukrainian ability to fight skillfully and bravely.
The White House says the president will meet with G7 leaders on Friday to discuss how they can continue supporting Ukraine and put increasing pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The vast majority of the international community has condemned what Mr. Putin has done.
The United States will implement sweeping sanctions against key sectors that generate revenue for Putin, go after more Russian banks, Russia's defense and technology industry, and actors in third-party countries.
The Pentagon says the U.S. is continuing to ramp up support to Ukraine militarily.
This authorization included more ammunition for U.S.-provided HIMARS, howitzers, that Ukraine is using to defend their country.
And the White House says that support will continue as long as it is needed.
The United States will continue to stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Well, take a look at this. People across the DMV may have seen some dust on their cars or even their outdoor furniture this morning. Some local fire departments have encouraged people to shut their doors and close their windows.